Hello, my fam. I'm so grateful to see you all. So grateful to be feeling a little bit better and excited to cover a lot of ground and do a full show for you all, including a member exclusive live stream, which I do every weekday for my members. I appreciate everyone who watches. I appreciate everyone who subscribes. And if you want to support even more, becoming a member is the most meaningful thing that you can do for your favorite creators, in addition to watching from start to finish. I will pin in the comments section instructions on how you can become a member. You get an exclusive live stream every weekday. You get an exclusive video every weekday. You get a little badge like Traveler Landed and Christy Shelton. You also get priority response from me in the comments. I look at all of your comments and appreciate you all. And I definitely prioritize responding during the live stream, the one that's open to everybody, to members. I am dressed up. Actually, I've got a jacket as well. My jacket's over there because I'm about to go film something for television after I'm done here. And my hair should be better by then. It kind of dries over the course of time, like over an hour. It's still a little wet. The hair will look better. I'm so grateful that I have that to look forward to. I filmed another TV thing yesterday. Kyle even saw. I tried a test last night. Y'all, if there is one thing about me, it is that I am resilient. I am not a quitter. I am the hardest working person I know. So I try all these different things behind the scenes. Some of them you see, some of them you don't. The reason I did a test last night was to try and figure out how to dual stream on YouTube, meaning how to simultaneously go live in horizontal and vertical mode. I could not figure it out. I had my friend Chat to the G to the P to the T try and help me. We could not figure it out together, and Kyle and some other people definitely saw. I even had my mother's phone, whatever. Anyways, thank you all for being here. I appreciate you so much. Whew. I went to the gym this morning. Very happy about that. All right. My podcast today. Let me. Well, this is not a bad angle. This is much better because if I put my phone on top of my laptop, sometimes my laptop makes noise. My podcast today may be the end of my relationship with Taylor Swift and her team. I spill all the tea. I don't hold back, and I make no apologies. I made a video last week, which got a lot of traction here on YouTube that some of you may have seen, where it was my opinion, and I truly believed that Taylor Swift lied to us. I love horizontal too, Christy. But then I started getting bombarded by some of my fellow hardcore OG Swifties saying she did not lie to us, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, did I get this wrong? Did I make a mistake? Because if you know one thing about me, you know that I will acknowledge my mistakes. I will own up to it. I will apologize, and I will try to correct it. I hope to get back on there, Cat Jill. But things did not sit right with me. Some of you might have seen that I made a follow-up video. But some other of you may not have seen it because I deleted that follow-up video. I deleted my follow-up video because some of you correctly reminded me of everything that Taylor did that we know of, and there is more that Taylor Swift probably did that we don't know. Because we only saw text message exchanges between Taylor Swift and Blake Lively for less than a handful, or maybe like 6 days, over the course of 6 or 7 days. And I know, we don't play dumb. We all know that in addition to the text that Taylor and Blake sent each other, they most likely also spoke by phone and in person. So there was even more that we weren't privy to. But what we do know, and what I said on my podcast repeatedly, on the surface, Taylor's texts to Blake don't bother me. I believe Taylor was listening to her friend and being a supportive friend. She was believing what Blake Lively was feeding her, and she was showing up for her friend. What I had issue with, and I've been consistent with, is that statement which Taylor released, which, let me read to you it again one more time, quickly. The statement Taylor released a little bit ago, like almost a year after the It Ends With Us saga began, read, Taylor Swift never set foot on the set of this movie. She was not involved in any casting or creative decisions. Lies. Lies. We saw in the text messages that Taylor was involved in creative decisions. Taylor used her influence to try and convince Justin Baldoni to go with Blake Lively's rewrites. That absolutely is involvement in creative decisions. We know that happened. We read about it. And here's what's even more bonkers, y'all. I'm about to blow a gasket. Remember that Blake Lively is suing Justin Baldoni for SH? Kyle and Christy. She's suing him for SH. And in text to Taylor Swift, we learn that Justin Baldoni told Taylor Swift he wasn't familiar with her music because he's not that plugged into pop culture. And Blake Lively texted Taylor Swift that she was so insulted by that. He would never tell Steven Spielberg he's not familiar with his movies because he's not plugged into pop culture. And then Blake Lively, who is suing this man for SH, called him a predator, then told Taylor Swift that what Justin Baldoni did to her, to Taylor, is worse than what Justin Baldoni did to her, to Blake. And I believe her. She told the truth there. Because I don't believe, and the law supports me on this, Justin Baldoni did not SH Blake Lively. Then, I don't have the proof for this. Absolutely, Christy. I don't have the proof for this, but we also saw in text that Blake Lively asked Taylor Swift for her input on the trailer of the movie. To me, if you're giving input on the trailer of the film, that means you are involved in creative decisions. Giving input, it inserts your involvement. So there were at least 2 instances that Taylor Swift wasn't involved, and this statement that she released officially on the record through her publicist is a lie. Taylor Swift lied to us. I love Taylor Swift. I still love Taylor Swift. My podcast co-host makes fun of me because I view Taylor Swift like a family member. And sometimes you get into disagreements with family. Sometimes you have periods of strain or even estrangement, as we've seen with the Beckhams, which we will talk about. But I still love Taylor Swift. She made a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody is perfect. I don't expect perfection from Taylor Swift, but I do expect honesty. And her lying to us about this really does make me question the Scooter Braun of it all. Because I know Scooter as well. And Scooter was always a stand-up guy and always was there for Justin Bieber, got him out of so much trouble, really cared about Bieber. God, I feel like I've aged so much the last week. I'm looking at myself in the camera and Jesus. Traveler landed. If I know Taylor Swift, and I think I know her, she's not going to talk about this. She doesn't need to. Taylor doesn't need to correct the record. Taylor doesn't need to apologize. She will continue to be supported. I will continue to support her. I agree, Bo Bell, but she still lied with that statement she released. So the likelihood of, I would love to be proven wrong, but the likelihood of Taylor releasing any kind of statement, slim to none. And as I mentioned, the estrangement from the Beckhams, Vicky B, was very spicy this weekend, literally. Even though the whole world is talking about her family drama and how public that has become, Victoria Beckham, oh my God, as the Brits say, Victoria Beckham put on a stiff upper lip. Wait a minute. Stiff upper lip. Wait, do you say put on a stiff upper lip? No, you just say stiff upper lip, right? Maybe Kyle knows because he's from New Zealand. What are the Brits? Brits say stiff upper lip, but is it correct to say put on a stiff upper lip? No, you just say stiff upper lip, like chin up. Stiff upper lip. Victoria Beckham put on a stiff up, whatever. Anyway, Victoria Beckham went on with business as usual this weekend and attended Emma Bunton's birthday party, Baby Spice, who is not a baby anymore. Oh my gosh. Emma Bunton is now, crazy how quickly the years fly by. Emma Bunton is now 50. And she had her big 50th birthday bash, and her fellow Spice Girlies were there, but I don't think Mel B was. Let me see very quickly. Victoria shared a picture, and Mel B was not in the picture. Such a bummer. Yeah. Mel B was not there. But she did wish her a happy birthday on social media, Emma. And it was really lovely to see Melanie C. and Jerry and Victoria and Emma. God, I almost started crying thinking about the Spice Girls. It's crazy to think how quickly the years go by. It's crazy to think it's been 30 years of the Spice Girls. Crazy. Ay, ay, ay. It's crazy to me to think I've been doing what I do for 22 years now. I like the single, Kyle, Sweat. Melanie C released a new song late last year that's a fun dance song. It's not I Turn to You. I Turn to You was a great song. It's not that good, but it's good. I like it. I turn to you like a flower leaning towards the sun. I turn to you 'cause you're the only one. God, I haven't brought out the fan in a while. Let's do it again. Slowly getting back to myself. All right. I don't know the time frame, but it is my intention today to make a video about the Beckhams. I've got a couple of updates to share with you all, so be on the lookout for that. Thank you. I listen, and I just want to once again reiterate, I love going live on YouTube. I love making videos for YouTube. Hey, this 6T. I appreciate my YouTube fam so much. I know a lot of you, some of you are only on YouTube. And you know what? Now that I'm going back to horizontal mode, I'll look better on your TV. If you want to watch me on TV, hi. I feel like I'm talking to friends. That's why I call you my fam. But not just any friends, not fickle friends. You are friends that are like family, fam. You are friends that show up and are still here. And I thank you so much. Hey, Karen. All right, let's keep it moving. Did you guys watch the music video for Harry Styles' new single, Aperture? I love it. It's like a Quentin Tarantino movie, but it's just so cool. It's like a Quentin Tarantino movie, but with like dancing. I love seeing Harry dance. Oh, thank you, Shay. Thank you, Shay. I hope I can get that resolved. With a stiff upper lip. Thank you, Drone Kind. With a stiff upper. There we go. I was never a big One Direction. I was never a One Direction fan, period. I like my boy bands to dance. One Direction never danced. That always irritated me immensely. I liked One Direction, just like I liked The Wanted, but The Wanted never danced either. If you're a boy band, I want NSYNC, I want Backstreet Boys, I want New Kids on the Block. Cat Jill wants to know my falling out with ChatGPT. It's because I kept trying to make thumbnails for my YouTube videos about Taylor Swift and Kim Kardashian. And I would get an error every single freaking time that I tried to make a thumbnail with Taylor Swift and Kim Kardashian. And I repeatedly asked, are Kim Kardashian and Taylor Swift on some like list where you can't make thumbnails with the images that I have the license to use? I pay for a photo service that allows me to use celebrity images. And ChatGPT said, no, they're not on some list. You can make thumbnails with them, and then gave me all these workarounds and still would not make the thumbnails. And I would try, and this went on for weeks. And eventually, like a month later, ChatGPT said, you're right, I can't make any thumbnails with Kim Kardashian or Taylor Swift. And I'm like, why didn't you tell me that a month ago? You wasted so much of my time giving me the runaround instead of just giving me an honest, straightforward answer. Like, I hate being lied to. we talked about Taylor Swift lying to us at the beginning of today's show. I hate being lied to. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. When the trust is broken, it's really hard to repair. Although ChatGPT really did help me out last week when I felt totally alone. Anyways. Love the Harry video. Check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Also, last week we spoke about the Jennifer Lopez drama. You know, the Glambot controversy and people upset at her because she was really curt to the guy who was running the Glambot. Oh, God. I literally need a secret career consulting for celebrities. They need to reach out to me, or their publicists do, so I can give them advice off the record and get paid for it. Because this did not make things better. After the whole Glambot controversy, you know what J-Lo did? She was in Los Angeles. I think she was out shopping or running an errand. I'm not sure. She was out and about, and the paparazzi were following her. And a homeless person went up to her car, and J-Lo gave that homeless person money. Even if it was real or sincere, she knew she was being videoed by the paparazzi. She knew that she was watched. That's not how you make things better, I think. Oh well. Like I said about Taylor Swift, I still love Jennifer Lopez. I don't expect and actually, this is a really important thing to echo. Especially like young people. A lot of young people expect their favorite celebrities to be aligned with them in every single way. Oh my God, this might get me canceled. I don't care. A lot of people strongly dislike Carrie Underwood because she performed at Donald Trump's inauguration. I don't dislike Carrie Underwood. I don't think she's an awful human being because she did that. I did not vote for Donald Trump. I'm not a Republican. I'm not MAGA. But I'm not going to say that I hate people who are. I'm not going to hate anybody. I don't have time for that anymore. I'm too worried and focused on my own Like, bad people are bad people, period. There are some people that are MAGA that are good, decent people and just believe what they're being told. Anyways, I was trying to think, how did I get here? I will still always love Jennifer Lopez. And I respect that. I love that. I love that Traveler landed. I have strong opinions too. And I hope that people can enjoy me even if my opinions disagree with theirs. Like I said last week or the week before, what's happening now across the country, but especially in Minneapolis, is wrong. And I don't even think that's a political issue. I think it's bigger than politics. Whether you're for the deportations or against them, I think the way they're being handled now is wrong. You can be in favor of not You can be in favor of legal immigration and you can be against illegal immigration and still agree that the way the deportations are happening now is wrong. How it's being handled now is wrong. I don't think it's a left or I think I would like to believe that most people can agree on that. I would like to believe that most people can agree what happened to that man in Minneapolis this weekend is wrong. And I hope you still watch me because I'm not going to be afraid to speak up and say what I really believe. I watched every freaking angle of Alex Preddy being schmurdered. I watched every angle. I watched the angles in slow motion. The man went to help a woman who was pushed down by ICE, a woman who was not armed. Alex Preddy was recording everything and cooperating and went to help a woman. He was a VA nurse who cared for our vets. He was disarmed, and after he was disarmed, after he was on the ground and no longer a threat, 10 times. And yet, seeing people justify what happened, 2 words for you: Kyle Rittenhouse. Kyle Rittenhouse. I believe in the truth, and I believe in applying things to everybody equally. I believe in the truth and equality. Fudge, I'm heated now. I wasn't even planning to talk about this because I do want this to be an escape for everybody. I'm sorry. I know y'all are getting bombarded with this, but I'm not going to be silent. And it sucks because I feel helpless. Like, what can I do? It's crazy. Donald Trump is, in my opinion, an authoritarian now. He's unchecked. Like, I really thought he was going to invade Greenland. And who was going to stop him? Nobody. But even the fact that he was pretending or indicating that he might take over, like, insane. Insane. All right. Enough. We've still got to talk Queer Eye, drama there, and so much more. But I'm going to make the next part of my live stream for members only. If you cannot afford the $4.99 to be a member, the next part, I will upload it later for everybody else. Right now, just for members only. Please consider becoming a member. Members get a daily exclusive live stream, which is about to happen in a matter of seconds. Members get a daily exclusive video. Members get a badge. Members get priority response in the live stream comments. Members get my undying appreciation. So, please become a member. But if not, listen, I know times are tough. Times are tough for me. I know they're tough for a lot of you. If you just watching is greatly appreciated, okay? Thank you. And now going live for members, the rest will come back. I'll upload this for everybody later. And I'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, okay? Thank you all for watching. Okay. Oh my God, I still feel like my heart is, it hurts. Okay, let's continue. Queer Eye! And like my brain, like I'm so hard on myself. I'm like, I almost not too much, but I feel bad for talking about the Queer Eye scandal today because this story broke last week and I hate feeling late to the party, you know? I like to be first or early, not late, but whatever. I want to give you my take on it as somebody who's been doing this for 22 years now. This is the final season of Queer Eye for the straight guy. Sorry, I'm gassy. Thank you, Rebecca. I feel 50% better, but I'm still 50% not myself. This is the final season of Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, and the cast was on CBS Mornings with Gayle King to promote the show in the final season. And unfortunately, before their appearance, they got a message that I'm sure they knew about it before the show started, but Gayle read a message from Karamo, one of the Queer Eye stars, his assistant. Oh no, actually, this was on NBC. Wow. Okay. So on the Today Show, I read this wrong. Yes, my sister was texting me. Okay, so this is the statement from Karamo's assistant. Karamo has felt mentally and emotionally abused for years and has been advised by his therapist to protect himself and his peace by not attending. And then Karamo included a statement of his own, which a statement by his assistant was basically a statement of his own. He said, "Just like the themes of this season, I'm modeling what I believe is most important, which I want to remind you all. Love yourselves and protect yourselves. That's why I'm here at home and not there." Two things can be true at the same time. One, I believe what Karamo said is probably true. And I believe he mishandled this situation. In 10 years' time, pause. Right now, Karamo is working and successful and busy and making money. In 10 years' time, he may not be on television anymore. He may not be making as much as he does now, and he'll end up regretting this. I guarantee it. He will regret this because, unfortunately, the professional thing to do would have been to keep this quiet and private. And I'm saying that I believe him. I believe him, but he could have handled it behind the scenes and said to the Netflix publicists, "Keep me apart from them. I don't want to be in the same room as them. I don't want to," and that's a great point, Rex. "I don't want to be in the same room as them. I don't want to be in the same car or van as them." And like Rex said, he could have just said he was sick. He could have just said he was sick, and that would have been easier, actually. That would have been much better. Because it's not like they already wrapped. They already finished filming the final season, which he did because he got paid. And he's not getting paid to do the interviews. So my theory, that probably had something to do with it, right? So I'm not disappointed in him. I mean, listen, I wish. Let, I'm going to be very transparent right now. I operate a lot of the time from a place of fear. I wish. Fear because of money. Fear because I have a lot of responsibility and people that depend on me. 3 children and my mother. I wish that I could be like Karamo. You know, maybe he's got enough money to never have to work again. And if that's the case, great. You know that, you know, handling it this way might hurt your career, but at least he's like, all right, I was, you know, I did what was good, right by my morals, and I did what was right with my truth and all of that. I'm willing to turn the other cheek. I'm willing to swallow my pride. I'm willing to shrink my ego in order to make more money. Because sometimes you have to do that to be professional. It sucks. It sucks that the professional thing to do isn't always the right thing. Boom. It sucks. I wish that the right thing was always the professional thing to do, but that's not the case. Anyways, let's keep it moving. Wow, this was so powerful. Natasha Lyonne. You know her. She's been in so many movies and TV shows. She took to social media to share this weekend that she's relapsed. And I thought that was really inspiring of her. The kids and my mom are great. The 6th, thank you. Thank you, Rex. Thank you. Natasha Lyonne wrote the following. Took my relapse public, more to come. And then in a follow-up post, she wrote, recovery is a lifelong process. Anyone out there struggling, remember, you're not alone. Grateful for love and smart feet. Gonna do it for baby Bambo. Stay honest, folks. Sick as our secrets. If no one told ya, I love you. No matter how far down the scales we have been, we will see how our experience may help one another. Keep going, kiddos. Don't quit before the miracle. Wallpaper your mind with love. Rest is all noise and baloney. And you know what? I know it doesn't really help, but from experience, as an almost 48-year-old man, I turned 48 in less than 2 months. Life has taught me that everything is temporary. And the really great moments are temporary, and the really bad moments are temporary. And you're somewhere in the middle most of the time, where you're like, hopefully happy-ish, but not like super happy, right? And it doesn't necessarily make it easier when you're stuck in a really hard time. But like Natasha Lyonne said, just don't quit. Don't quit. Don't stop trying. And I'm not. That's why Kyle saw me testing out that dual stream last night, and I'm doing lots of different things, and I showed up to the gym this morning. I showed up to the gym yesterday. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. All right, let's keep it moving. Ay, ay, ay. Major scandal. Pharrell Williams has been sued by his former childhood lifelong friend, Chad Hugo. Remember, back in the day, Pharrell and Chad Hugo were in a band and a production team together where they would perform their own music and also produce for other artists called the Neptunes. Chad Hugo claims that Pharrell cut him out of their company and owes him as much as $1 million from an NERD album. And is accusing Pharrell of more wrongdoing. Money. It gets in the way. It sucks. And also, friends matter and friends are important, but maybe I'm just in a jaded and cynical spot in my life right now. If you're lucky to have a good family, I really believe family is everything. My mom, my kids, even my sister, whom is just a sister and not a friend. But I know she's my sister. Does that make sense? And that's the perfect example. My sister and I are not friends. If we were not related, we would not be friends. But I would do anything for my sister. Does that make sense? Like, I would literally do anything for my sister. Even though she's annoying AF a lot to most of the time. But I love her. All right, let's keep it moving. 2 quick items, and then I'm going to call it a day because I'm getting the signal from my mom who's out there that the TV people are ready for me. Let me put on my jacket and actually see how I look sitting down. Hold on. I like it. I like it. This would be too colorful. I can't tell you what the TV thing is yet. But when you see me wearing this, you'll see what I did. Okay, 2 quick things. According to multiple reports now, this coming season, or this current season, is the final season of the Kelly Clarkson show. She had a really good run, and I thought she was really good. And finally, happy belated birthday, Dolly Parton. She just turned 20 times 4. What the fudge? Happy birthday, Dolly. She just turned 80. And she said this about turning 80. Quote, "Thank you for all the birthday wishes. And I hope I live another 80 years. But I hope I still got my plastic surgeons in line." Ba-dum-bum. I love Dolly. I love you all. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your words. Thank you for lifting me up. Thank you for everything. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you to my members. Thank you to my non-members. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my haters. Thank you to the casual supporters. Thank you to the really, passionate supporters. I appreciate you all. I'll be back tomorrow at my normal time. I'm glad this was a normal live stream, a normal show. We covered a lot. And I love that every day I feel like You all know me better. You know my heart. And it is wide open with gratitude. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.